Who is excited to talk about the healing journey? I am. Because this shit is not talked about enough. This healing journey, I know for me, was an absolute freaking roller coaster. And I deeply believe, guys, that it's a part of my soul's purpose. And I really think this is why Laura's here. Like, Laura is for helping people through their healing journey. That's a big part of them. And normalizing the healing journey and helping people understand why they're being called to the healing journey. It was a big cluster in my brain when I was going through this, and I didn't know where to turn. And I feel so grateful and so lucky now that I can hopefully provide some sort of guidance to you guys to make this journey feel more normal, more normalized, a little easier. If I can help fast track this for anyone, like, that would make me so happy, and I really hope that this is what this episode helps do. So in this episode, we're talking around how imperative, like literally imperative, that word, how important the healing journey is to your manifestations. And if the word manifestation doesn't align with you, which I know for majority of you listening it does, but think goals, dreams, etc. It's all the same thing. So I am going to pull Laura in quickly now. Actually, in just a moment, I want to mention the membership that I'm creating. So I'm creating a completely channeled membership. The wait list is in the show notes. And if it happens to be launched by the time you're listening to this, then I'll update the link and you can join through the link in the show notes. But I'm creating this channel membership to help you all through your healing journey. It's all going to be around manifestation, and we're going to talk how healing is such a massive part of it. This membership's going to help you do that. So join the wait list, or if it's launched, come join us. I'm so freaking excited. But let me pull Laura in, because I really want to get into this. We have so many questions from you guys. I'm pumped about that. I love the questions. We'll get to those at the end. I am all about helping people create long-lasting manifestations. Huge emphasis on the long-lasting. And the reason being is because either yourself or anyone you may have met or maybe seen on the internet who has manifested quickly in their life, and then the exact thing they manifested left just as quickly as it came in. That is because you must create space in your vibration to sustain your manifestation. So let's get into it. Let me call Laura in. Give me a few seconds here and we're gonna get cruising. So, what is the purpose of the healing journey? The purpose of your healing journey is for you to clear your vibration, because we see everything you're trying to call in, and we can't emphasize enough to you guys how much that is already manifested for you. And how do you know it's already manifested for you? Because you can visualize it. You dream about it. You know it's there, you feel it. There's just something about you that knows that could happen. That's your intuition telling you that it's manifested for you. And the reason why the universe trickles in these lessons or these tests, whatever it is you want to call them, is so you can clear your vibration. Because you must align with the vibration of what it is that you want to manifest. And we hear you. And we're trying to get you there. And we know it's not always pretty. We know that it's not all glorious. So let's start by talking about what the healing journey is, because you may be listening to this and be like, oh, what the heck does this even mean? So let's clarify. Let's see what their response is. One moment here. The healing journey is your evolvement. It is your evolution. And in human words, it can be uncomfortable. Maybe you're being called to leave your partner. Maybe you had a huge falling out with your family and now you're on your own. There are so many different examples, right? Maybe you got sick. Maybe somebody you know is sick. Maybe you lost a loved one or a pet. There are so many things that can trigger this healing journey, but we can't stress enough to you all how divinely guided it is, and we know how hard it may be to hear that. We understand that. It's all divinely guided. And what you're faced up against is something that you can handle, because it would not be given to you if you couldn't. And we deeply, deeply, deeply hope that you believe that and you trust in that. You've probably heard the phrase, trust the process. We can't endorse that enough. Trust the process. But your healing journey is when you are being called to work through wounds that likely happened in your childhood. They've almost always happened in your childhood, and now you're likely an adult and you've never processed these emotions. Emotions are meant to be felt. Doesn't matter what vibration they are. The lower vibrational emotions, we're going to say anger, stress, anxiety, fear, etc. Those are meant to be felt in a controlled way. And so Gabrielle always advises doing those with a trusted professional. If you feel you need that, deeply recommend it. But those emotions are meant to be felt. And what happens is through your lifetime, right? Especially as kids, we're not taught that. A lot of people are not taught to feel their emotions. They get in trouble for feeling their emotions. So then we suppress them. And we want you to think about a little kid, a toddler, right? When a toddler wants something, they're very persistent. And if they don't get it, then they don't know how to control those emotions, right? They might scream, freak out, get angry. They don't know how to process those emotions. So they just get them all out. What happens is, as you grow up, right, you're taught to not do that. You're taught to not freak out, to not cry, to not have temper tantrums. So internally, you're having those temper tantrums. And that's manifested as anxiety, depression, etc. Of course, there are other scientific reasons to that. But a big reason too is because these emotions have not been felt for years. Gabrielle works with people who haven't felt these emotions for 50 plus years. Years and years and years. And that's why you may see now like millennial parents, Gen Z parents, they're very much into helping their kids feel through their emotions, because so many in that generation, their emotions were suppressed, right? And then they learned through their own healing journey, oh wait, actually these are meant to be felt. So your healing journey is likely your realization that it's time to start feeling your way through these. You may have to feel through some very, very difficult memories, right? Very traumatic memories, all of that. And please, please, I cannot stress enough, please do that with a trusted professional. But that is your healing journey. It is releasing everything that is no longer serving you. Thought patterns, habits. That is the way to sustaining long-term manifestations. Those millions and millions and millions of dollars that you all want, that is on the other side of your healing journey. That dream partner, that dream house, the land, the kids, the family, whatever it is that you want, if you're at a roadblock right now with it, it's because it's on the other side of your healing journey. Those roadblocks are deeply intentional. They're deeply intentional. And there's a release. It's always in alignment with your soul's purpose. And we understand how confusing that can be as human beings, right? Because you don't all know your soul's purpose. But we can assure you, more than anything in the world, you are here for a reason. And these roadblocks that you're facing are in alignment with that. Whatever it is that you are facing, you are meant to work through, because it somehow, some way, contributes to your soul's purpose, your beautiful, beautiful, beautiful soul's purpose. And Gabrielle meets a lot of people in this world who have, and she defines it as a lot of responsibility in their soul's purpose, which means they're very powerful beings. You're all incredibly powerful beings, right? Every single one of you. And as a result, for people who have a lot of that responsibility in their soul's purpose, they've got to navigate through most of the shit. Most of the shit. There's no other way to put it. And it's safe for you to do that. It is safe for you to do that. And once you hop onto the other side of it, you will see why. You'll see why. And a lot more clarity is going to come around this as Gabrielle starts answering your questions. I think there was like over 10 to 15 of them. So hopefully a lot of the things that we intend to talk about can be answered through your questions today. But we really want to start with that. If you are struggling to call in your manifestation, it is because you are being called to heal. And Gabrielle, before she met us, before she realized she was a channeler, she talks deeply about how her entrepreneurial journey was a bit of a struggle for some time there. And money was a huge thing for her. She couldn't call it in to save her life, right? It was blocked in every single direction. Her bank account was beyond in the red. It was wild times. And she looked at every single piece of manifesting advice. Write it down 100 times. Say all your affirmations. Keep saying that you're a millionaire. And every single time she would do that, her nervous system, she had a visceral reaction. Tensed up. Fought it. Said, no, this feels unsafe. So that put out the vibration, quite literally, that this is unsafe. And we're here to tell you that you only manifest what you feel safe receiving. Truly. The universe loves and respects you so much that they're not going to send you something that you don't feel safe receiving. Because all we want is safety for you. All we want is safety for you. So through this journey, right, maybe as a kid, you learned money is bad. Or maybe you learned that people who have money are really bad people. Or maybe you go on TikTok and you hear people talking about very wealthy people and how terrible they are. And even if you can consciously understand that maybe you don't align with that, subconsciously in your nervous system, it can't always tell the difference. So it says, ooh, this is bad. Just like walking across the street without checking the road beforehand is bad, right? It's the same thing with your manifestations. It learns that this is dangerous. So what we want to do is we want to address that at the root and teach your body that it is safe. For the things like money, for love, for intimacy, whatever it is that you're trying to call forward. Clients, all the things. It's about teaching your body that it is safe. So how do you do that? There are a million different ways. It was tempting to say unfortunately there for you guys, this is Gabrielle, but Laura literally didn't let me. I don't know if you saw me just try to say the word and then it just didn't come out. It's a while ago I would have said unfortunately, but it really is so beautiful how there's so many different ways to do this. And the reason why there's so many different ways to do this, guys, is because each one of you is completely unique. And we can assure you, Laura back here, we can assure you, you have your own unique journey. Something we see very often and we observe through Gabrielle, through social media, through clients, through all the things, through this beautiful community that she has, is the comparison. And we want to talk about this quickly in relation to the healing journey before we get into questions. Comparison. Please stop. And here's why. We're just going to use money as an example. Your journey to money or your journey to your manifestation is completely different than the person over here, than the person over here, than Gabrielle's, than your next door neighbor, than your sisters, than your parents, than your mentors. It's completely different because you all have different soul purposes. Yours may be a lot more in depth than theirs is, and that just means that you are here to have a deeper influence. Maybe you're meant to be in front of a lot of people, and maybe the person you're comparing yourself to isn't. That's okay. Both of those are beautiful soul purposes. Yours just looks different. That's why this person was able to call in, I don't know, let's say $100,000 like that, and you're struggling with it. The reason why you're struggling with it is because part of your purpose, likely, is helping people around money. So you're going to have to learn the lessons around money so that once you get over the humps every single time, then you're able to help your clients through it. Then you're able to help your kids through it. Then you're able to help the community through it, whatever your situation looks like. But please stop comparing because it's incomparable. It's incomparable. There's only one you, which means there is only one of your purposes. And that's it. You have one purpose. You have one soul purpose. It's made up of a lot of different things, but you have one. And it's wildly unique. And it is not the same as anybody's in this world. You are a unique being, and we love you so much. You are unique. And we ask for you to please really feel into your uniqueness and accept that. We want you to accept how unique you are, because you are so unique. And while we're on this topic too, let's talk about jealousy as well. So, jealousy here. Jealousy is something that a lot of people face in their healing journey. And when you find yourself being jealous of somebody else, maybe you, depending on what part of the jealousy spectrum you're at, maybe you don't handle the situation as best as you want to. Or maybe you just notice it internally, ooh, I feel envious about this. That envy is your intuition telling you your soul has this lined up. You can do this. The thing that you're jealous about, you can do that. Now it's about changing your habits. Now it's about changing your beliefs. How do you do that? Through the healing journey. And I feel like I didn't answer my question before. I'm now realizing, I apologize, about how do you begin the healing journey? And so as I said, there's a million different ways, but here are some suggestions, right? Here is at least what I have learned through my journey. Gabrielle here. Meditation, journaling, mostly affirmations are really for the conscious mind. The conscious mind is the easiest of the three to heal, because once things are in the conscious mind, they're easy to release. The subconscious, this is the friggin' doozy. This is the Mac Daddy. This is where you need some help. Hypnotherapy, channeling. When I am a spiritual advisor for the high-level CEOs and founders I tell you guys about, it's a lot of channeling their subconscious. And I mean, I am shown memories from when these people who are in their 40s were 3 months old. Literally. And we have to go back to that. And you may be thinking, how the hell do you go back to when you're 3 months old? I guide them through it through kind of like a hypnosis type thing. But their higher self, I should say, guides them through it. And I just lead it all the way back there to make peace with. So hypnotherapy, channeling, what other ways? I feel like there was one other way. It's slipping me right now, but those are really two of the big ways there. Hypnotherapy is awesome. Awesome. And then the nervous system. This is somatic work. Think EFT tapping. EFT tapping is also for your subconscious. That was the one. And then also breath work. So those are a few suggestions for really getting started in this healing journey. If you find, also for the conscious mind therapy, if you find that you've been in therapy for a while and it's just not scratching the itch anymore, it's because everything's back in the subconscious now. You've likely cleared everything out at the conscious level, and now you're ready for the subconscious. I had this conversation with somebody the other day, so if that's something on your mind, then 100%. And then the somatic work too. So those are suggestions for trying, or starting, I should say. I hope that was helpful. But let's get into your questions. I want to make sure that I answer these for you guys and spend some good time on this. As you guys know, I have my janky phone here. So it's gonna take me just a hot second because I had 2 posts on this, so I just gotta scroll back to one of them, but I'm so pumped about answering these questions. All right. Give me 1 second here. Okay, here we go. Okay, question number 1. This person said, when going through the terminal illness of a loved one, is there any way that manifestation factors in? I'm so sorry. First of all, I just have to say I am so incredibly sorry that you are navigating this. I send you a lot of love. I will definitely hold space for you in my heart. Let me get Laura now. So when it comes to manifestation for others, because you all have free will, you cannot manifest for other people. However, in this situation, what you can do is positive energy and high vibrations go so far. So say you're visiting this person in the hospital or maybe at their home, wherever you may be, you bringing that beautiful energy as much as you can. Please do not put too much stress or pressure on this in case you're emotional or whatever it may be. If you can just take a few breaths before you walk into the building and continue to really follow that breath as you're sitting with this person, holding their hand, sending them love, you are sending them that positive vibration, that beautifully high vibration. And you're bringing it into the room, and it is this beautiful thing. So while you cannot manifest for somebody else due to their free will, in cases like this, the love that you can send somebody can go so far. Love is a beautiful medicine. It's a beautiful medicine. Second question, how do you know when you're making progress with your healing journey? Are you ever done? This is funny. I have a yawn. So for whoever this is, you guys know I like to keep your names private. That was a release for your nervous system, or I should say, what I'm about to say is a release for your nervous system. You're never done. There's always going to be something to heal. Always. We're human beings. This is what is meant to happen, and it's safe to always be healing, right? Don't let it take over, your entire day by any means. 15, 20 minutes in the morning, beautiful. That's beautiful. That's all you need. It's never done. But how do you know that you're making progress on this journey? You can feel it. You feel it. And feeling it may be different than in the human experience can comprehend, is what they're saying. So let me get this here for a second. Signs you're making progress. 1, everything seems to be going haywire. Shit seems to be hitting the fan. That's how you know it's working, because your old self, your inner bully, is going nuts. They are going nuts to try to throw you off some way, somehow. They know what you're doing. Your inner bully knows what's on the other side of this too. So they're throwing a massive temper tantrum to try to get you to stay in that hole. But you're going to know the difference. And the moment that you say, I see what's going on here. You know I'm really close to that other side. You know I'm just over the hump here and you're trying to pull me down. Okay. You're not gonna, but I see you. I recognize you. I hear you. I feel you. And now I release you. So that's one way. The second way, you just begin to feel a little lighter. You feel a little lighter. You begin to consciously recognize when your wound is showing up in your life, and you begin acknowledging that. Say, for example, you struggle with scarcity. Say you're at the grocery store and then you swipe your card. And as you swipe your card, you notice yourself being like, oh my gosh, here's another $250. I gotta go again next week. Where's the money gonna come? And you start spiraling. You know that you are well on your healing journey when you catch yourself doing that. We call that consciously acknowledging it. And it's a big thing Gabrielle works with her clients through. You catch yourself doing it. That's huge growth. Doesn't mean that you're going to stop it the next time, but for you to release it out, remember, it's got to be here in the conscious mind. So you consciously acknowledging it is a massive sign of growth. We hope that was helpful. How do you take terrifying leaps in your business? It's so beautiful because what your intuition does is it sprinkles this leap. Here's another yawn. Nervous system release for this person, and you know who you are. Your intuition is sprinkling this leap in front of you because it knows that you're ready. Your ego says hell no. So it's about asking yourself this question in the morning. Who am I going to allow to lead me today? My higher self and my intuition, or my ego? A lot of people stay with the ego. But when you ask yourself that question first thing in the morning, you can ground yourself and say, ooh, higher self and intuition. That does not mean that you're not going to have to not ask yourself that question a million times throughout the day. Maybe you start, you do your morning routine, you start breakfast, you get into business, and then you start letting your ego lead again. Ooh, consciously acknowledge, okay, remember, I'm letting my higher self and intuition lead today. Intuition, what are you trying to tell me right now? Oh, you're trying to tell me forward movement? Perfect, let's go. I'm going to take the next step in this leap. That's all. It's constant. It's just on repeat. But that's how you take the leap, is you just do it. You trust. You trust the process. You trust why you're being called to this leap, because you're certainly being called to it, and you're being called to it for a deep reason. And everything that you're trying to manifest is on the other side of you taking that action. You may have to heal along the way in taking that action. It is safe to do that. It's encouraged to do that. We hope that you do that. How do I get rid of fear in order to receive? Ooh, beautiful question. Let's get grounded here for a minute. Here's a yawn. I gotta get the yawn out so I can release for you. These yawns are cracking me up. Yawns are such nervous system releases in every single person here. Okay, let me just read this again because that threw me off. How do I get rid of the fear? How do I get rid of the fear in order to receive? Let me just ground with Laura again for a moment. You release it. How do you release it? 2 steps down. Okay, hold on. So you have to go all the way back to the root. Where did this fear first start? And you can start by asking yourself this question. When was the first time that I felt fear around receiving? I'm assuming you're talking about money. When was the first time I felt unsafe around money? That's going to give you the awareness of the who, what, where, when, why. The who, what, where, when, why is really important to your healing journey. It's super, super, super important because you can't process and release something without having the closure of knowing where this came from. And I'm hearing the word 3. So I want you to think back to when you're 3 years old, whether it was your parents, it could be as simple as being in preschool and hearing your teacher say something. You didn't consciously hear it, but your subconscious did. And now it's stuck with you all these years. You are a freaking sponge when you are a child. I believe it's from when you're 0 to 7 years old that your subconscious does everything it does. If that makes sense. It absorbs everything, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And it really creates all your beliefs from 0 to 7 years old. So I want you to go back to when you were 3. I really feel, and now I'm getting the chills down my legs. I want you to feel into when you were 3 years old. And if you feel like you can't get back to the memory, look into hypnotherapy. And then also you can look into channeling. You can, if you're good at meditation, you can ask yourself through meditation and go really, really deep into it. You can look on YouTube to see if there's any meditations that can really help ground you super deeply so you can go back that far. There's a release for you. You're fully capable of going back that far. It may just be hard to do on your own. And that's okay. There's a lot of resources out there to help you. So I hope that was helpful. Keep me posted. Sometimes I can feel the vibration of alignment. Is it possible to feel the vibration of alignment on command? Yes. 100% yes. How do you do that? One sec, let me channel in for you. They're showing me you like snapping your fingers, like snap, like, and then saying the word like change or like vibration or something to just like realign you into it, just like snapping yourself into it. So I don't know if you snap or if that's helpful for you, but they're almost like drawing out this exercise where you feel yourself in a lower vibration, and whatever you need to process there, feel into it for a moment, and then like a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 vibration, or a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 change, and you'll raise yourself up. The only thing that's bringing your vibration down is your mind. That's it. So change out of it. I hope that was helpful. It was really, really cool. Keep me posted if that feels good to you, but try that and find a word that aligns with you, but just snap. And if you guys are watching the video, I snap really weird. I snap with my ring finger, so if you're seeing that, apologies. But yeah, just snap. A snap for you. Keep me posted. I like that one. Somebody said, can you prove that you really are a channeler? So this, you guys tell me how you want me to do that. What I will not do is DM channeling. It's just too much of a liability. There's just no way. And it's also not fair to my clients. How would that be helpful for you guys, right? Do you want me to get videos from clients who share things I've channeled for them? You tell me, as long as it's not me channeling you for free in the DMs, because that's just not going to happen. Out of respect for myself, out of respect for, my nose is really itchy, sorry. Out of respect for my clients, and yeah, that doesn't feel good. So you guys tell me, because I'm happy to show you, happy to share. All right, let's get to the next list. Let me just pull this up really fast. This was from the one that I posted last night. Ooh, we got 6 more questions here. Okay. So this person said, I know what I need to heal and I'm working through it. How will I know when I'm healed? Well, it's such a beautiful question. I'm really, really proud of you for working through it. That's huge. You're not going to be fully healed. You're not. That's just the reality of it. You will never be fully healed, and that's okay because you're not meant to be. You are not meant to be. But what we want to share with you is you just surrendering to the healing process like you're doing, I can literally feel that from your message, you surrendering to it, is your way of saying to the universe, okay, I hear you. You can manifest beautiful things on your healing journey. The most beautiful manifestations that I have seen in myself and in clients have been at the start of their healing journey. Because all the universe wanted was for them to surrender to it. And that's exactly what you did. So you will never be fully healed. You're going to feel a lot less uncomfortable soon. I feel really, really called to tell you that. I don't know what it is you're navigating, of course, but you're going to feel a lot less uncomfortable soon. Please just trust in that. There are going to be periods of your healing journey that are going to be a lot heavier than others. That's divinely guided. Trust in the heaviness. Trust in the surrender. Trust in the process, and trust what's on the other side of that. Because here's a release. We can literally feel in your gut that you know what's on the other side of this. You know. It's right there. It's right there. So release the expectation that you're ever going to be fully healed. Go for the ride. They're showing me like a surfer, like ride the wave. Ride the wave of this. You're doing a great job. Your energy feels really good. I really like that. This person said, I keep thinking my next life step will be a lonely and painful one, and I constantly have to correct it. I'm so sorry that you feel that way. Let me get grounded here. Hold on. With Laura. Yeah, they're just shaking. It's not going to be. It's going to be freedom. Because you're being called, it feels from your message, to take a leap right now. Whatever leap that is, you know. You know the answer. It's time to trust yourself. There are endless resources available to you always. Always. Through the universe. The problem is, so many people look outside of themselves for the answers. If you want to be around more people, right? We're just thinking opposite of lonely here. Ask your intuition how to do that. How do I get around, insert the type of people you want to be around. How do I do that? What's my current step in that? And follow it. What they say may not be logical. It probably isn't going to sound very logical. It never really does. But it always gets you where you're looking to go. So do that. Trust in yourself. Trust in what you're being called to do. Trust in this intuitive pull. How do you realize that you are in the correct path towards healing? There's no right or wrong. I can feel, I literally can, hold on, here's a yawn. And I'm getting chills for this person. They were like stopping me as I was gonna say this to get that release out, because this feels good for your nervous system to know this. You are on the right path. The foot forward that you put was the best foot forward for you to put forward. I hope that makes sense. That was a little bit of a mouthful, but Laura does that sometimes. You put your best foot forward in this journey. You have been. Your hard work, it's not going unnoticed. We see it. We see it really clearly. There's a big reason for this. But please know this isn't going unnoticed. You're on the correct path, and you always have been, and you're always going to be. You have very good judgment. I feel like you in particular have like very good judgment of character. I feel that. And that's what they're saying. You have such good judgment, because they're showing me like you kind of looking at people, right? Like your judgment of character is so strong that they're relating that to the path that you took. Like you always know the right way to go. You've done that, and you're doing that. So keep going and hang in. Like, I don't want to say hang in there, because it's like keep going. There's so much beauty around this for you. Just keep freaking going. How does one know they are on a healing journey? If you find that there are a lot of roadblocks in your life, a lot of past memories that are coming up, a lot of uncomfortable thoughts, feelings, emotions going on in your body, that usually indicates that you're being called to your healing journey. And there are a lot of people who don't go on it, right? They just stay in that, and that is completely their choice. And that's fine for them, right? Whatever choice people want to make for themselves, have at it. That is how you know, though, right? Like if you don't necessarily want those uncomfortable feelings anymore and you want to start exploring them, that exploration, that is it. That is you knowing that you are on your healing journey. I know I need to cut a family member out of my life, but it paralyzes me at the thought of it. That is really paralyzing. I'm really sorry that you're navigating that. So let me get down here. So obviously we don't know the context of what's going on here. But if you're being called, a lot of times as humans, we make it a lot more black and white than it needs to be. So I want you to ask yourself, is there any gray area here? Do I have to completely chop them and never speak to them again? Or do I need a lot of distance from this person and to not talk to them for a while? That may be what it is. Again, I don't know the situation. You can answer that best. But why don't you not make a decision right now? Because that decision is likely really, really stressing you out. I can imagine that that's such a tough thing to navigate. So what if you just say, right now in this moment, I feel called to distance myself from this person. I don't want to speak to them. I don't want to be around them. I don't want to hear from them. I want to remove them from social media. I need my space. I don't need to make the decision now that I will never speak to this person again. But right now in this moment, I have no intention of going around that person anytime soon. And that's what feels good for me right now. A lot of times when we have to make chop decisions like that, it adds a lot of pressure. So you ease it up a little bit by just saying, right now, I need my space. Who knows what next week brings, but right now, not happening. And that's it. Just take it one day at a time. You're doing a great job. Last question. This is such a good one. If I'm having a bad day / a low vibrational day, does that impact the life I'm manifesting? No, in capital letters. So hold on, let me just ground in again with Laura. We really want to shed light on toxic positivity. We really want to shed light on it. And we know how important the law of attraction is. We get that. We totally understand that. And we respect that. And it is a big thing. There is a lot more to it, though, than has been shown. It is safe for you to feel into your low vibrational emotions. It's safe for you to do that. Now, do we want you to do that for months on end? No. We want you to do it in a controlled, professional way with somebody. There are people out there who can teach you how to do this. Gabrielle's membership is going to teach you guys how to do this too. But you having an off day, you are a human being. It is normal. And it's safe for you to have an off day. Some days you're just not going to feel like it. Some days you're going to be stressed out. Some days the anxiety is going to win. That's okay. You're not meant to be in tip-top shape at all times. That is okay. It does not it does not impact your manifestation. There are times where that can just slow it down a tiny bit here and there, but don't read into it too much. Feel your way through it. A lot of times, 9.9 times out of 10, when those off emotions come, it's because they want to be felt. There's something with your inner child that feels unsafe. And there's a release. So with this person, what we really call you to do is connect to your inner child. This is a big piece of the healing journey. Connect to that inner child, because there is a piece of them who feels unsafe around what it is that you're trying to manifest, right? And that unsafetyness manifests into these lower vibrational emotions and having these off days. So the more you connect with them, and YouTube has beautiful meditations in doing this, whatever you feel called to do, awesome resource there. Connect with them. Connect with that. But no, if you guys are having an off day, it's okay. Allow yourselves to. You are humans. And we love this question so much. You're humans. Be humans. Don't sit in it for months at a time, but you can sit in it for a little bit. Your body's got to feel its way through it. You got to feel it to release it. Really fully feel it to release it out of your emotions. We really, really, really hope this was helpful. We can talk about this for hours on end. So any remaining questions with this, please send me an Instagram DM, an email, anything you need. This podcast is here for you guys. I love you, and I will see you next week.